What's going on, everybody? Jay the Black here. I am back with another video. Shout out to everybody that is tuning in. Appreciate that. Make sure you subscribe to JDBMediaENT. That's where I'm going live. So if y'all are asking me why y'all not catching the live streams, it's because you're not subbed to the channel. You have not clicked the notification bell. So when I see people constantly asking me why I'm not catching your lives, it's because you ain't subbing. And I know who's subbing and who ain't. Okay, I can tell by how frequently you're in the comment section of this channel, but you're never in the chat room of another because you're not subscribing to those channels. Okay, now in this video, I want to have a one-on-one conversation with Jaye Crowder. Okay, Jaye Crowder, he was a guy who played for Boston. He's 28 years old. He was traded to Cleveland. Now he's with the Utah Jazz. He's a solid player. And apparently he must have found out that the woman that he's with, I believe he has a child with her. I think he does. He has a child with her. She's messing around with another NBA player by the name of Robert Covington from the 76ers. What's crazy is that both of them are around the same age. But the difference is that, well, let me give you a little background on the female. Her name is Dana Lambert. Okay, she looks like the typical IG model, whatever. But when they met, I don't think that she was a heavy presence on social media, so I can't call her IG thizzot. I can't put in that category yet. But if she is cheating on him, of course she's a thizzot. But she doesn't have that big of a following. But she just posts pictures of herself, whatever. Now he's been with her. That's the girl he has a child with. And what's a very interesting fact was she tried to be a clout chaser when he first got traded to Cleveland. She put up a post about, and she tagged him and her in the post about them arriving in Cleveland. She said the Crowders are in Cleveland, something like that. And he posted under that post, because somebody reposted it, he told her to take that post down. Because he said, no, you're not going to be no clout chaser. And this was last year. This was a year ago, a year and 1 day removed from when I first saw a video on that particular topic. Because he wanted to keep his relationship private, and I understand why he wants to keep his relationship private. But do you want? God damn, I can't get the words out. Okay, relax, Jay. Do you know how I knew that this relationship was doomed to fail? Is because she was actually the high school sweetheart of Derrick Rose. And Derrick Rose was on Cleveland's roster when Jaye Crowder got traded there. So when she put that post up, I think he was like, "Oh shit, she's going to dredge up old wounds." And I think in his mind, he thought that she was doing it to rub it in Derrick Rose's face, which is what she was probably trying to do, i.e., her trying to be a clout chaser. So he had to check her on that, okay? And a year later, he put up a post that he since deleted, but people were able to screenshot it, where he tagged Robert Covington from the 76ers and Dana Lambert. That's her name, Dana P. Lambert. And he says, "Lil Robert, y'all ain't gotta be sneaky." And he's referring to Robert Covington as Little Robert. And he tagged both of them in this post. And I guess he found out that she was sneaking around with him. But what's very interesting about this is that she's from Illinois and Robert Covington is from Illinois. So what I believe is that they both know each other, and they've known each other for a long time. And I believe they've been messing around for a long time. But Jay just, he couldn't put the pieces together. But now, since I guess he's been traded to the West Coast, because see, he was on the East Coast. So if she's messing around with this guy, it would be a little more difficult for him to notice any differences with him being primarily on the East Coast, because see, he was with Boston and then he went to Cleveland. But now since he's in Utah, he probably he noticed certain things, certain patterns of behavior of hers that weren't there. Maybe she wanted to take trips back to the East Coast or to Illinois or whatever, and he probably figured out that they were messing around. Now, I'm not saying that Jaye Crowder is perfect by any means. I'm not saying that. I've made plenty of videos telling these guys, you have to be very careful of the women that you're getting into relationships with. But I can't say that she was an IG model when they got together, because they have a child together. She wasn't that big. She only has right now 41,000 followers. But if you look at her Instagram, she wants to be an IG model. She wants to be a big deal. Okay? She really wants to. And because of the way she looks, it's not going to take much for Jaye Crowder to forgive her. Even though she's sleeping around with another NBA player, which is a bad look. You don't want to be the guy who wifed up a female who's sleeping around with other players, because what they're going to do, Jay, they're going to throw it in your face. And with you making it public, it's going to be even worse. So this is why you got to say no to dating IG models or clout chasers or wannabe aspiring Instagram models. But as I've said, this relationship was doomed to fail when I realized that she was dating Derrick Rose when he was in high school. And she put up that post last year when you got traded to Cleveland to throw it in Derrick Rose's face. Because Derrick Rose is not the same player he was the first couple of years in the league. He's not that guy. He's a lot more broken down. So I feel like if Robert Covington is doing this don't make him look good either. But Robert Covington is doing something that Jaye Crowder probably should have done. Hit it and quit it. Robert is not trying to wife this chick. No, he's not trying to take her from him. He just smashing. And he's probably been smashing for years. But because Jaye Crowder was on the East Coast, he was in Boston, it was easier for her to be able to be sneaky about it. Let's say, for instance, let's say him and his girl is staying in Boston, right? The 76ers come to Boston. They could have met up then. Or let's say that they took road trips to Philadelphia. She probably would have asked him to tag along. During the off season, she could say, well, I want to go to Philly for shopping. He's like, okay, cool. It's on the East Coast. But when you're all the way on the West Coast, and when you got Vegas and LA, but you're still wanting to go to the East Coast, especially Philadelphia. He's like, damn, why does she always want to go to Philadelphia? They got malls here too. Utah may not have a big, plethora of everything, but Salt Lake City has a lot of shit here. Why don't you want to go shopping here? Why you got to go to Philly all the time? And why you always staying 3 days at a time? And he put it all together. He's like, she's fucking this dude Robert. And let me tell y'all something too. Instagram has a feature, right, where you can actually see the people that you're following. You can see what pictures they're liking. You can see whose post they're liking, okay? And I bet you he's seen what post she was liking. He's like, she's liking a lot of his, he's putting it together. He's from Illinois. She's taking trips to Philadelphia, allegedly. And she's liking all of his pictures. Or, let me tell you what it was too. I bet you Robert got cocky, and he probably told somebody who went back and told Jaye Crowder. That could have been what happened in that scenario, because some of these guys can't keep their mouth shut. They willing to go run and tell anything. But women will take secrets to their graves. Okay, women will take a secret to women have so many secrets y'all can't even imagine some of the things that women have done or some of the things that they know, and you couldn't even tell just by having conversation. You could talk to a woman for 3 hours and she not tell you shit. Okay, especially if you are a man. Now if you are a female, she's gonna tell you everything, because she knows that a lot of women have a code amongst each other that they won't tell their secrets to especially to men. So looking at this situation, I believe that Jay Crowder he wised up and he realized that something was wrong. And what's really was wrong with you trying to wife this chick up. She tried to seek clout last year. It didn't work. You found that out. But I think, dude, you need to stop looking at how big her ass is and how thick she is and the fact that she has lighter skin, because some of you brothers will deal with a chick because she's light skinned. Let's be real. That does happen. And look at the fact that she is a thought, dude. She's screwing another NBA player. Okay? And the other dude, he so don't give a fuck. He didn't even say anything about it. He didn't respond to it because he knows it's true. He's probably laughing. He probably wants to see y'all break up so he can continue to smash her and not have to deal with you getting upset or getting jealous. That's what happens in the scenarios. You have a lot of these guys, man, they're just so weak. They will sleep with anybody's girlfriend, wife. You got dudes who've been best friends for years, will go behind his own best friend's back and sleep with his baby mother or sleep with his girlfriend, trying to become her buddy. Stuff like that happens, man. It does. The bro code doesn't work anymore. These guys are so thirsty and they're so lame. They can't get a woman on their own. They just can't. All these dudes are swimming in the same swamp. All these guys are dealing with the same chicks. They don't have any people skills whatsoever, to the point to where Jay Crowder was even able to figure out that his girl, his baby's mother, his wife, probably his wife to be, is screwing around with a dude named Robert Covington. Let me tell you, Robert Covington looks like Amari Stoudemire. Okay. Just with the crazy looking dreads or whatever it is in his head. He looks like Amari Stoudemire, okay? And I just feel like with a lot of these basketball dudes, some of these guys have really low self-esteem, okay? And they will use their money, they will use friends in order to get the type of women that they want. They're willing to recycle a Amber Rose or a Black China because they don't have any people skills. They have low self-esteem because they've never been able to get the women that they want. They're never really able to get the women they want until they get to the NBA. Then they gain a whole bunch of followers on Instagram and Twitter. All these women are throwing themselves at them. These veteran thizots are throwing themselves at them. They don't know how to handle themselves. So the people skills are still slow to develop. You know? That's why dudes without money, without fame, have better people skills than the dudes with money and with fame, because in order to get the women that they want, they got to do some talking. They have to have a personality. Why do you think you have so many quote unquote Pookies and Ray Rays who are able to get women who are in corporate America, women who have, successful jobs and careers? Because they have good mouthpieces. They know how to maneuver, for survival. So their people skills are sharp. They have really sharp people skills. And when you have this guy, I don't know much. Now, Jay Crowder, he seems to have a bit of a personality to me. But a lot of these other athletes don't. That's why they're constantly dating a chick like a Amber Rose or a Black China, because they don't have the people skills to get the type of chicks they want. So they go and they recycle these chicks until these chicks move on to the next guy. Leached off their success and use it to help build themselves up. So you let me know what you think in the comment section below. Let me know your thoughts. Make sure you like this video and go and subscribe to JDBMediaENT for the live shows.